Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever Robert Kamdar reaction video. And we are going to be reviewing Saturday's Rep Your Bars event in November. And personally, I wanted to start this one because it's quite quality. Like, from top to bottom, there was memorable moments. Like, even if the rap quality wasn't up there, I was entertained. And that's all I can ask for, you know? So I'm probably going to cut all of these reactions into little chunks and whatnot per video. One video per reaction per battle. I think that's probably the most reasonable way to go about it. We are going to start with my battle against Chris MA because it was first on the card. And I'm raring to react to this in live. But obviously, the battle's already happened, but, you know, it's reflection time. So we're going to get this out of the way. No nonsense. Just to contextualize, we've got three. So a bit of context, we've got three judges, right? We've got Karma 10 TNF, we've got Dino, and we've got Ambu Sensei. Dino, great guy. You know, he's heard me rap before, but I think he heard me at the first event when I was like really, really bad because one, it was recording, and two, it was a shit verse. Let's be real, it was a shit round. The words were there, the wordplay was there, but there was like no vim, there was flow, but it was like I did get people to laugh on that one bar though, so you know, it wasn't a complete L, and I did technically win it, but I did not feel a winner that day. And the other judge is Ambu Sensei. So Ambu judged my last battle against Jason Henson, and again I won, but I didn't feel particularly like a winner because the battle was recorded battle from my end because I was injured and I couldn't get the privacy to rap elsewhere, and I might have had some Sprite before the battle, well, before my recording, that sort of like compromised my delivery. And it was quite nonchalant. At the end of it, I said, "Time, please." But it was quite I thought it was funny, but it didn't paint me in a good light. And I think the judges that know me will have this in mind. Like, they've heard me bar before, and it's not been great. So let me just turn the volume up, right?
I've done a few of these battles myself. Obviously, I'm not gonna say it because it's on the card, yeah. But undefeated Deans, yeah, type shit.
I'm also undefeated too, Dino, but
internet issue.
Wait, hold on. Let me grab. I had that on my bingo card that someone wasn't gonna respond to me when I called their name, but
hey.
I'm here. I put myself on mute.
I wasn't aware that I was gonna get dragged into it.
Yo, producer
Like that.
Prince in the
It's the
stream,
first time I've ever done it live as well.
How you feeling? All right, Chris Robert, man. We got Chris v. Robert.
So I'd asked to go first purely because of the nerves. I was completely nervous.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
First, man. First live battle and all of that.
Oh, so he ready. Fuck it, he ready.
Yeah, I was ready, I'll be honest, but I was also fucking bricking it at the same time. I was like, this is the first time doing it on live. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'd done rehearsals and whatnot, but there's not a single rehearsal where I thought, you know what, we've got this, let's fucking go. I had the bars, but the delivery was never there. And you're gonna be able to tell this through my round.
I'm on the redemption season.
I was on the redemption season though.
Alright.
I just wanted to finish a round.
Go ahead, let's get it. Don't let me down.
Alright. Let me know the levels are good though, yeah?
So I asked if the levels were good. It was good. The beat was too loud. I always thought the problem would be that the beat was too quiet. But it was me that was too quiet, I felt. In hindsight.
This is gonna take a while, but shout out Westy.
This is a really long thing. And I hadn't even thought of the intro. Did I cook? We'll let you decide.
You know I can remix my Christian bars, switch up the titles and call it a christening. But the problem with that, it's got Chris in the name, so I know that nobody's listening. You got a track called Supply and Demand? Stop supplying that candy with victims, or I'll take your wife, I'll rape your wife, and I'll leave her with a couple of kids in crispy creme, this well as a donut. Draw for the 8 and I'll leave them all. Hold up, Robert, you're talking the rudest. Are you sure you really want to do this? Everybody take that. Chris, so please listen to this, because I work on Minecraft, well, he's on Minecraft, and he keeps playing around with some kids. This is all facts. I'm not being dirty, man. He got bullied, so he rage quit lurking, and this guy got pressured by youngers, so you know he's the imposter among us and a monstrous. Your SM's little bro bonded.
Stop. Wait, I think it's a reload.
I don't. Well,
All right, so it's technically a reload because Euna said reload because he's a co-host, but Ambi was like, it's not technically a reload. The comments, yeah, in hindsight, it was a crazy bar. Do I regret putting it in? Probably not, but I just want to confirm I'm a frigid fuck, man. I'm frigid. That's never the intention. I'm not gonna I think I was watching 365 days a day prior to that as well. So I read the bar. Now, but in all seriousness, I am so glad that it was called a wheel because I was stumbling there. And the reason I was stumbling is because I could hear the judges, because I was wearing my headphones on the day. So I could hear them whenever, in a possibility, I got a wheel. Because I really didn't want to rap over the judges or whatever if they were trying to wheel it. But I could hear Dino and Almbu what? Because the bar was that crazy. And I definitely wanted shock factor in there, 100%. I was on grind that day, so I needed to be aggressive. But maybe it was a little bit too aggressive. And then I says, I'll tell you what, I love you. And a couple of kids in crispy creme as well as a donut. Draw for the 8 and I'll even more. Hold up, Robert, you're talking the rudest. Are you sure you really want to do this? Everybody hates that Chris as it is. So please listen to this, because I work on Minecraft, well, he's on Minecraft and he keeps playing around with some kids. This is all facts. Being dirty, man. He got bullied, so he rage quit lurky land. I think that's quite obvious, one of the things that have been, my strong suit is I can tell a story. And I will tell a story. And we got a bit of a story going there in the sense of he was on Minecraft and he got bullied on Lurky Land. I mean, I wouldn't call it bullied per se. It's a case of if you're being disrespected, you'll take yourself away from the situation. But it's battle rap, innit? You want to make your opponent look like a total pussy. So I completely get it. Listening to it though, I'm so glad that I did get the wheel, because if I didn't get any wheels, that would have been a really bad performance. Because I had already been distracted by the judges' voices. And that's, I completely get that because it was a what the fuck bar. But, yeah, I think I did pick it up towards the end of it. But, yeah, thank you, judges. You did me a favour, because if I didn't get a wheel, or what the fuck will I call it, that would not have landed.
oh,
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck.
Wait.
Reload.
Hold the fuck up. Wait, hold on. Everyone.
I could do deliberate.
Wait.
Yeah, I
Everyone
could
shut the
deliberate.
fuck up now. Listen, I'm not saying I'm reloading that. I just have to ask you.
Mm.
That was the lyric, correct? You know what I'm talking about?
If you meant the fourth line, probably. If you mean the fourth line,
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel coy with it. I don't know why.
if it's the fourth line, yeah.
If it's a fourth line, yeah. There you go, Robert. You're starting our
Good
business now.
examples, but, hey, go ahead. You got that shit, Chief, bro. It's fucking up.
I knew it was gonna get red cards. Like the
Oh
comments,
my God.
the comments were like, "Oh my god," and then Dino was like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god.
Hey, bad.
I think this is what got me I felt empowered. I think
Yeah, we'll talk
by
about this
that.
after.
I think that conversation with the judges actually got me less nervous.
You know I can remix my Christian bars, switch up the title and call it a christening. But the problem with that, it's got Chris in the name, so I know that nobody's listening.
You got a track for supply and demand. Stop supplying that candy with victims, or I'll take your wife
I'll
off.
rape your wife and I'll leave her with a couple
And
of
I proceeded to say it again anyway.
As well as a donut. Draw for the 8 and I'll leave them all.
And then Bryson's like, yeah. Bryson's
Are
reaction.
you sure you really want to do this? Everybody hates that Chris as it is. So please listen to this. Because I work on Minecraft, well, he's on Minecraft and he keeps playing around with some kids. This is all facts. I'm not being dirty, man. He got bullied, so he rage script lurking, and this guy got pressured by youngest, so
He's
he's the
the
imposter
imposter
amongst us.
amongst us,
And
and
a
a
monstrous,
monstrous.
your
Your
SM's
SM's
little
little
bro
bro
bondage.
bondage.
I
I
know
know
you don't
you don't
really
really
want
want
this.
this.
You'll
You'll
get
get
torn in
torn
our
in our
nine like
nine
a
like a
compass
compass
cracker.
cracker.
Let's
Let's
go
go
like
like
a
a
top of
top of
the
little
punkers,
funkers.
Chris.
Chris,
Your
your
flow
flow
is
is
weak.
weak.
Tracks
Tracks are
are
whacking
whacking
its
us end
end
of
to
speak.
sleep.
It's
It's
ironic that
ironic
you're
that you're
beefing
beefing
with
with
lead
lead
when your
when your
bars
bars
are off
rough
beat
beat
like
like
you're
you're
doing the
doing the
sheets and
sheets and
that's
it's
peak.
peak.
You're
You're
not
not
making
making
a
a
summit. I
summit. I
hate your
hate your
guts like a
guts like a
fat
fat
girl
girl
stomach. Your
stomach. Your
bars
bars
about
about
A
A
train
train
ain't
ain't
that
that
deep.
deep.
Frenchies
Frenchies
like
like
Mulo,
Mulo,
they
they
could
could
have
have
done
done
it
it
and
and
I
I
spun
spun
it.
it.
Just
Just
one
so I
mentioned
mentioned
one of
one
the
of the
boys,
boys,
but I
but I
don't
don't
think they
think they
like
like
you
you
either.
either.
And why you
But you
gotta
gotta
rap
rap
with
with
a
a
Gen
Gen
V
V
flow?
flow,
Cause I
cause I
hear
hear
you
you
out
out
here
here
trying to
trying to
ruin
ruin
these
these
ciphers.
ciphers.
And I
And I
tried to
try
be
to be
nice
nice
despite all
despite
the
all the
nonsense I
nonsense
heard.
I heard.
Try
Try to
sticking
stick
to
it to
facts, not
facts, not
call
call
you
you a
nerd,
nonce
but
or a nerd. But what can I
Yo,
say
yo,
when I
yo.
hear
I
niggas
haven't,
call
bro.
me
Nah,
other?
nah, bro. Run it
I
back, bro.
haven't.
None of these niggas watch the show, but I have. Don't worry.
Right, so you know what? That was the bar that I thought would get a wheel. And there's a lot of context behind this. You might be aware of this. If you're locked into it, you'll know this. I think it was one of Chris's battles. I think it was against Edwin actually, where he does a bar about run through Yasmin like A Train, something like that. Ambu actually reloaded that bar, and I was already cooking something like that. And it's the worst kept secret. Like even Chris was saying before the battle, you're going to mention A Train, aren't you? Or you're going to do something to like rebuttal that. And 100%, I think I did a terrible job of keeping that secret because I watched the boys. I fucking loved that bar when he delivered it. So of course I was. Um, there was another bar, right, that only Muslims would wheel, right? It's ironic that you're beefing with lead when your bars are offbeat like you're doing the sheets, right? So, and the sheet is like a piece of Islamic music or whatever that does not have instrumental or a beat in the background, right? But only Muslim people would get that. Like someone who's like really, really studied the culture and the religion. So you can see in the comments like I think Miz actually was like, oh, that Nasheed was a reload. Yeah, it was a reload if it was a Muslim judge. And I was aware that, there's gonna be like a 99% chance that it's not gonna be a Muslim judge. But I thought it was cold. So I'm gonna put it in there anyway. Regardless of whether it gets anything. Other bars from that, I hate your guts like a fat girl's stomach. That was just petty. Like, I was just trying to be petty and stuff. Like, I do not have a problem with, like, size or whatever. Like, cushion or nothing, I don't mind that kind of stuff. What's nothing? I meant nothing, but I ain't got a northern accent. Um, you know what though? That wheel, I'm happy I got it. And you know what gassed me as well? Because when I was in there in the moment, I thought only Armbu willed me, but Dino actually said pull it as well. Like he was like, "Ooh, that's a smoky bar," and it's about the cipher in it. He thought it was something about like cipher, and I was trying to double entendre it. My SM almighty moment where I was mansplaining everything, of course. But yeah, if you want to get those bars, I'm not going to say too much except from watch the boys and then watch Gen V. That's all I'm going to see. A lot of mansplaining there. I'm sorry, but
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
and I don't know if Bryson watches as well because Bryson
I
seemed
was
quite
hoping
gassed as
one
well about that
person would
bar.
get that, yeah?
You
But
know
I
I
don't know if it
feel
was about
you.
the cipher bit
Only
because it
one
was
person.
disrespectful. Now this is a Westy. Is that you? Yeah.
Mm. You know
You
I
know
can
what?
remix my
Remix my
Christian
Christian
bars,
bar,
switch up
switch
the
up the
titles
type,
and
and
call
call
it a
it a
christening.
christening.
But the
But the
problem with
problem
that,
is
it's
that
got
it's got
Chris in the
Chris in the
name,
name,
so I
so I
know
know
that
that
nobody's
nobody's
listening.
listening.
You got
You
to
got to
track
try
with
for
supply
supply
and
and
demand.
demand.
Stop
Stop
supplying that
supplying the
candy
candy
with
with
victims,
victims.
or I'll take your wife. And I'll leave her with a couple of kids.
Right, just at this point, I was like, yeah, I'm not saying it again. This is overkill. Like I didn't read the comments during the battle, obviously, but reading them back, I was like, okay, people are like, oh, Robert, you're going mad. So I felt like it was overkill to say it for the third time.
crispy crumb this while as a donut. Draw for the 8 and I'll leave them all. Hold up, Robert. You're talking the rudest. Are you sure you really want to do this? Everybody hates that Chris as it is. So please listen to this, because I work on Minecraft and he's on Minecraft and he keeps playing around with some kids. And this is all facts. I'm not being dirty, man. Police are rich, we're lurking, and this guy got pressure by youngest, so he's the imposter among us. And I'm monstrous. Your essence of overall bondage. And you don't really want this. You'll get drawn out of the compass cracker. It's not like a couple of Chris. Your flow is weak. Tracks are whacking us in with the sweet. It's ironic that you leave and believe when your bars are upbeat. Now you're doing the cheats and that's Pete. You're not making a summit. I hate your guts like a fucking storm. Your bars about 8. Bryce's reaction to that bit. They could have done it
Other
and I
than
spun it. Just so I mentioned one of the boys, but I don't think they like you either. Why you gotta rap with a djembe flow? Because I hear you out here trying to read ciphers.
Bryson's reaction, right? He was like, what the fuck? I stumbled there. I clearly stumbled. And it's because I already got the wheel for that bar. I was like so excited. I'm going to do this again. But I stumbled. What can I say? I'll do better next time.
And I tried to be nice despite all the nonsense. I tried to stick to facts, not call you a
nonce or a nerd. But what can I say when I hear you call you the other N-word and I don't mean Nico? Remember that video with Dino? Nico had looking like a Negro. Told you to sit at the back and...
So there's a seating plan on your Rosa Parks. Let that Nazi treat you like Rosa Parks. You will under the dog, but you show no bark. Go sit by a tree over those and dark.
Right, so I've just noticed I'm flowing a lot better on the reaction than I actually did on the day. This is wild, and I think that's because like I had the beat playing like 100. Like I had anxiety about the sound checks because I had completely like botched my settings before. Where I just like, okay, I'm just gonna blast everything and hope for the best. And then obviously the judges are telling me the levels were okay and they could hear the beat. They could hear the beat, but as a result, like my speech was a little bit drowned out and my clarity wasn't the best. Let's just get it, straight. Because I thought the wheelable bar in there, and it wasn't. Listening back to it, it's not wheelable because my clarity was off. What did I say? Remember that video with Dino? Nico had you looking like a neat bro and told you to sit at the back and not speak, so there's a seat implant and you Rosa Parks. You let that Nazi treat you like Rosa Parks. Something like that, yeah. So context, yeah. Chris and my friend GVO Max was sitting in the background of the reaction video with Dino and Nico. It's not that deep, but I thought it'd be fun to put a little twist in there. Other wheelable bars, I tried to be nice despite all the nonsense I had. I tried sticking to facts, not call you a nonce or a nerd, but what can I say when I hear you call you the other N-word? Yeah, you know what? Valid. You're not gonna get a wheel for saying that. I mean, it's clever, don't get me wrong. It's clever. But I think in terms of it, delivery wasn't the best on the day, and it's not a wheelable bar. It's a little jab, but it's not like a wheel. I think the wheel came from the Nico bit, the Rosa Parks bit. So when I didn't get that wheel, I was like, okay, cool. I got my wheel of the day. It's fine. I've done my best.
I've got a few more questions for you, Chris. So
now this is the...
If you could just indulge me.
This is the awkward gap. And you can't hear me properly, but I'm sort of like leading to something, and you'll see what I'm leading up to. Miz has already spoiled it.
Tell me why. Walid says whatever he wants online and the boy's still comfy. Tell me why. Propose to your wife with a dusty second hammering from Gumtree. Tell me why. You rap or beat like rhythm is played in the whole of a country. Tell me why. You let some twat with a man on the Minecraft call you a monkey. Fucking dickhead. Hey, that's time, man.
Damn, I need to be loaded that one, man. Time. That is crazy.
I thought y'all would have reloaded and tell me why. Like, it was fun.
Yeah, okay, all right, let's go. You ready, yeah?
To hear that I nearly got a wheel for that bit, interested, like, going from the comments and whatnot, like, it was better received than I thought it would. I thought there'd be a lot of what the fucks. Now, don't get me wrong, I got people to listen to it before that because I was like, I'm trying something different and I'm hoping that it lands. It landed with them, but they're my guys at the end of the day. I don't know if they're just really good friends or they're being honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, alright, factual thing, I was gonna say my buzz, you're not a man, you're not a man, but then I asked someone behind the scenes, is this Pen Game Lite? Has someone used this from Pen Game? and apparently it was used in Karma versus IB Roots. So at the end of the day, I was struggling to think of something for like 30 seconds. And I don't know why, but that song just clicked in my head. Like, I've got a really tapped head, to be honest. Like, this should not work in a battle rap or a rap battle, whatever. But it worked. So I can't complain. Like, I was quite gassed with how it was received, and to the fact that, like, I think I was in a VC like about an hour or two later, and Miz was like spamming, "Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why." And if you notice in the comments during the battle, he's ruining it. He said, "Tell me why," like literally before, like a minute before I actually say the bar. like he was gassed for it. More gassed than I was, I think, to be honest, because I was just what's the word? I was just nervous because every time I've done that in practice, I fucked it up. It's the second third bit. When it says, "Propose to your wife with a dusty second hand ring from Gumtree." That bit and the line after, "You're so offbeat, you're really playing the whole of the country," or whatever. Every time I've done those two bars together, I've always fumbled it. I didn't fumble it that time in the battle, but because of that, I got so gassed that I was like, I rushed the fourth one and I was like, "You let some twat with a mamba and a Minecraft call you a monkey." But I think I was too excited that I rushed that last bar, and the fucking dickhead. That was just to fill out fill out the line because I doesn't. I'd already I jumped the gun. But to hear that, I nearly got a will for it. Like, maybe I shouldn't have rushed it. In hindsight, I shouldn't have rushed it. Like, yeah, totally. But I was just so excited that I actually delivered it, and then to hear how it was received in the end, I was like, yeah, I was gassed. Like, that's gonna be my staple, I think. Apparently, like, that's gonna be the thing that people remember. Like, I've heard Miz say it like 100 times already. But come on, I want to listen to Chris's next. So now we're doing Chris's round. You know what?
Tell me why.
Wait.
Now big up Chris, man.
Okay, the beat.
Now this is interesting, right? Because I had judges laughing at the end, like, well, I had Dino, laughing or whatever. Bryson was clearly excited that he got a sound clip out of it. Karma was quite quiet. I couldn't actually hear Karma properly, but when I listen back to it, I can hear like little like murmurs from Karma. It's his first time judging as well, so valid that he's not going to be like the leading. I think compared to the other two judges, Karma's quite introverted in that sense. So yeah, I think in terms of the feedback or like the responses I got from the judges, yeah, it sort of gave me a hope that there's a chance that I could win this. If Chris A drops the mic, 2 his bars are meaty, or 3, I just done a better job. I think, yeah, we'll hear it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go then.
Right in, Chris. Let's get it.
So, Robert, how's your leg injury? Is it recovering good, yeah? Just wanna know. Listen, I got some. I tell you still. Yo.
Right, so I just want to say that when Chris said this, I tried to be clever and turn my camera on and be like, stick my thumbs up. But I was like, I don't want to be a dickhead and like detract from his performance. But at the same time, I wanted to go on camera to prove that, I can walk, because that was the first thing he asked me. Then I felt engaged. Like, I felt locked in, like I was in the room. But yeah, back to the bars.
Fuck that that 8-bar damage, I'm going straight in as a worthy challenger. Butter up, burden up anyone on camera, and you won't leak here, sounding like sabotage. Saying you're a poet, you're really an amateur. You don't even know what I am, bit pentameter, rams of time, and they still sound rattled up. So get ready for a straight up massacre. Robert Kamdar's no battle rapper, and he cannot stand up for what he believes. And I can't even lie when he's naked with weak knees. I don't know why you're speaking, believe it or not. A beef and a paraplegic who is a knee maker. We know he's shit, so kill and be quick. Then I'm leaving, now you feel seasick because I spun him. ROB get sent to the ER with holes in his teeth. Catch that K or what? No A.
I reload that.
RIB gets sent to the ER, leave holes in his teeth. That was fucking... Bro. Like, obviously, like, you know, I was doing my own thing, like, walking around and stuff. I think I knew I was walking then, but I thought I'd turn my camera off. So this actually is quite embarrassing looking back on it, because one, my room looks like an absolute fucking tip. Because I've still got this wrist injury, so I haven't been like on top of like maintenance and stuff. I can't lie. But if we go back to the bars, let's focus back on the bars, right? I'm getting too carried away. I think the beginning of it, like, it was just flow. It's just flow. It felt like just flow to me personally, but he was barring, but it was like when he spoke to me, that's when I proper locked in. When he's like saying that, you know, I'm not a poet, I'm an amateur. And then from there I was like, ooh, okay, he's talking to me. And I think from this point I was like, fuck, this could be a really, really long day, because he was barring. Like, he was on about my weak knees and whatnot. I've got very weak knees, I'll be honest. It's the reason I didn't battle for 3 months. But you know what? That was fucking cold, man. Let's go back to it.
Bro, that was cold, man.
That's disgusting.
No way. No, it is.
What's Robert just rocking around his house, bro?
I just got cameras on.
All right. What? You're walking around, yeah? I'm glad you recovered one, man. Listen.
I think that made the battle. Hang on.
Fuck the 8-bar.
You know what? I think that bit, like, I think the fact that like we'll be trash talking throughout it as well, that made it feel like a proper battle. That elevated, I think, personally. The fact that I was walking around on camera, the fact that he's like randomly in his intro, like cussing me. Well, not even cussing me, but like, you know, oh, you can walk now, quite mocking, you know, when he was like, it felt like a battle, man. And I was proper locked in, and I felt like I need to do my part by giving it back to him. Pause. By, you know, retaliating in a sense while he's doing his battle, because, you know, I'm not going to sit there and let the guy cuss me. But I'm good. Let's go back to Chris's thing, man, because and one thing I will say though, his vim increases that little bit more because he's got the wheel.
No, it is.
What's Robert just rocking around his house, bro?
I just got cameras on.
All right. What? You're walking around, yeah? I'm glad you recovered one, man. Listen. Fuck the 8-bar damage, I'm going straight in as a worthy challenger. Butter up, burden up anyone on camera, and you won't leak here, standing like sabotage. Saying you're a poet, you're really an amateur. You won't even see this episode, still getting ready for a straight up massacre. Robert Kamdar's no battle rapper, and he cannot stand up for what he believes, and I can't even lie when he's naked with weak knees. I don't know why you're speaking, believe it or not. I'm beefing a paraplegic who is a knee maker. We know he's shit, so kill and be quick. Then I'm leaving, now you feel seasick because I spun him. ROB gets sent to the ER with holes in his teeth. Catch that K or what? No AM, another one dead? Caused by me. He gave D to a girl, then caught him my arse charge. Now he feels like young for the you called Jason. I transform me, I bumble date, stung you like a beer if I draw for that eye, and I know that you heard. And you better stay right to the side on a swipe. I'm my prime, you're more like a Ryan. Pat's vortex, and I spin this liar. I am a lion, almighty, a fighting. I'll send my flying on my one-man army. I betray this brother like Starscream, dead his spark and end his heartbeat. You spent 7
Right, sorry. I hate when people pause during a round. But I need to address this because I didn't clock this on the day. It just felt like he was flowing because of how he raps, and maybe because of the beat as well. But he actually done a really, really clever scheme about Transformers, which was quite a clever rebuttal, because I did a bar about Jason, my previous opponent, being a Transformer. And he actually mentioned Jason in that bar as well. So I think if he was locked in, if the judges were like locked into the lore one, or if my bar was that memorable about Transformers, that would have hit a lot differently contextually, I think, because that was actually pretty cold. But I think my bar about Transformers was not memorable at all. Like it was filler in the last part of my round against Jason. It was just like hateful bile. So there's contextually that to the delivery. Like I think there was a stumble at the start of it, which sort of like waylaid it a bit more. So it's quite unfortunate in a sense. So I think personally, if the stumble wasn't there, the delivery of that Transformer scheme might have been a bit more, digestible, because I couldn't digest it because it was going over my head. It was going over my head. And I can't speak on the judge's behalf, but it went over my head, so I didn't digest it, and I don't know if anybody else digested it. But because he was sort of like catching up from that stumble, it was probably, yeah. But bars, while listening back to it now, that is cold. Because I didn't have anything built up like that except from like the boys scheme. But he done it a bit longer, and there's a bit more punch in it actually. Like the bar about the spark at the end. Like if you know Transformers, the spark's like the motherboard, like the system that keeps everything going. The heart. So that's actually, he's not only barring, but he's barring,
I was in the phone. I bet that time was spin this liar. I am a lion almighty, a fighting. I'll send my flying on my one-man army. I betray this brother like Starscream, get this spark and end his heartbeat. You spent 17 hours in the phone. I bet that time was spent on Reddit. Stop posting and corny edits. Then don't know who you are, don't beg it. That's who mad, don't like you.
Right, let me just get this abundantly clear. I've been on one of Zen's stories, and it wasn't about Zen himself. It was when I'd done an edit for about Swift LDS, and then he mentions Team Wide as well. Yeah, you know what? He technically follows me on TikTok. I'm counting it as a friendship. Come on, don't be so savage, Chris. It's only a rap battle. All right.
Like Starscream, get this spark and end his heartbeat. You spent 17 hours in the
Reddit
phone.
bit's true though.
That time was spent on Reddit. Stop posting and corny edits. Then don't know who you are, don't beg it. That's who mad, don't like you either. Benson 2, did they need a reminder? You sucked off too many, man. I think that you flew out to Epstein Island. You can't ever level with a heavy metal devil. I'll question it, but if you think of the big special, you ain't good. You ain't cold, you ain't getting any medals. I'll put them in his place. Playing on the pebbles, you ain't getting any medals. You ain't getting any gold. You ain't never been good. I don't know what you're told. Get off my phone with them corny jokes. Who is this dope that's already been smoked? I just killed that pussy on 40 and now I'm killing that guy that's 40. I don't even know where when they get talky. You're poorly. You can't warn me. Your mum sees weird and your dad got scared. That is the reason your father left, fam. But I know that your life got worse. Can't even talk that shit on his stepdad. Oh, what about his stepdad? His stepdad soon turns to a dead man. When that pussy present to the ass, I'm rolling him up and moving like red man. Smoking. I did that with 40 and Edwin. My first part was way better than yours, so I'm not fussed about losing to Yekim. But damn, I mentioned my mum. That's why I know that he must be drunk. He got groomed and abused by his mum, but he started to find that normal stuff. I know your mumsy don't love you, just someone she made love to you. She said CeeLo Green, fuck you, and then put her mouth to mouth just to hush you. Pussy.
You know what? At the time, because he moved into a faster flow again, I was like, he's going to drop the mic again because, well, not even drop the mic, he's going to stumble because he caught up. And because at this point he caught up, I was like, right, which point is it going to go to? Is he going to, is it going to go a little bit off piste again? Because it's quite difficult when you've already done it once. But he done well with that one. And there were certain bars like 40 callback. Like if you listen to Chris's battles previously, the 40 is quite a staple in the sense of like that's one of the most memorable moments because it's like it's a hook, it's digestible, Bars wise, oh my god, he shelled more savagely than I thought. Like he's talking about my stepdad being in jail, which is confidential. But it's battle rap, so if you know something, you know something, and it would be unwise to sit on that information. So I was shocked at the time that he'd actually mentioned my stepdad. Was I offended? No. I was like, fucking hell, please wheel it. That was cold. I thought the 40 bar was wheelable, but I don't know if it was wheelable just because of the staple it is, and then the fact that he flipped it to say that I look 40, or that I am 40. I mean, I do look 40, don't I? Especially in black and white. But, you know what? I think that was winnable based on the bars, listening back to it. One thing I will say about the stumble, right, at the beginning, he stumbled, right, but he delivered those bars in the first instance. So it's like, yeah, he stumbled, but you've already heard those bars. I think it's quite difficult. We both had contentious starts. My contentious start was at the beginning in my first run, but because I got the what the fuck reload, that sort of like helped me like build confidence. Like I felt more emboldened by all. Whereas I think it's unfortunate that his stumble came after the wheel because that's what's on there, that's what's present in their mind. But in terms of results and all of that, yeah, I'm going to pay the rest of it.
Okay.
Step that.
I did.
Bro, I didn't even mention your mum, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, the one thing that caught me off guard was he had a rebuttal with there, a planned rebuttal about mums, I think, where he's like, don't talk about my mum, I'm talking about your family now. And I think that little bit was like, it didn't, come off. That little bit, but so minor because it's like, it's not even a full bar that he's like talking about that stuff. At this point, I'm like, fucking hell, bro. I'm feigning horror because I'm like, bro, I didn't talk about your mum. Why are you bringing mine into it? But that was a cold round, and I think there's things we both could have done better. I stumbled a lot. I got excited. I think the sound check wasn't fully there. I think clarity definitely an issue. Like the Rosa Parks bar, I think personally could have gone a lot better. The Nico Dino twist, whether that's wheelable or not, I don't know. It was disrespect. Bryson gauged the disrespect. It wasn't delivered well enough to be, wheelable, and I totally get that. Regards to could there have been more wheels in that battle? Absolutely. If both of us, I think with Chris, the stumble sort of like, sent a little bit back to the point where I was anticipating a stumble. But because that stumble wasn't there, I'm thinking, oh god, this guy's got me on ropes. And then he's actually gone a bit more personal. I went personal as well, with the whole like Minecraft N-word law that I'm not going to talk too much about, but I thought, okay, I've got him. I'm talking about real life stuff. I'm talking about the Dino and Nico video. Oh, and then he's on about my stepdad being in jail. And I'm like, oh, Bryson's like, oh, this is really personal. But yeah, back to the judges now. So the judges part.
Bro, I didn't even mention your mum, man.
My room's a fucking mess, and that was jarring because I didn't even realize my camera was on.
Bro, I didn't even mention your mum, man.
I killed 40. Now I'm battling with somebody that's 40.
I thought that was wheelable.
Cold battle, bro. Cold battle. Hey, judges got some work to do.
Don't know you stop begging it.
Yo, judges got some work to do, man.
I think that because the Bryce and were recalling the bars as they finished, in my head, because this is the second one that's gone, I'm thinking, oh, you know what? There's a lot more there. And I'm thinking I've lost this battle. I'm thinking, oh, that's gonna, there's a bit of a recency thing. And it's not a recency thing. Like, if the first person's done better than the second person, naturally it's gonna, the first person's gonna win. But I mean, the confidence wasn't fully there in that battle because of my stumbles. So I'm thinking, okay, shit, I'm done. Also, I know there you go, I mentioned my room's a fucking tip. And watching this back, I got secondhand embarrassment. But what can I do?
Yo, I'm gonna go right into the judges though. First, we'll start with Umbu. Umbu, what you thinking, man? Chris, Robert.
You know, there's a lot of things I didn't think would happen this year. Didn't think that, they would let Philly out of jail. Didn't think that, certain things would happen. I also didn't think Robert would beat Chris until today. I'm gonna give it to Robert still. I feel like he did more, had more constructed, better stuff. That lyric at the start was crazy though. Like, we can't allow that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it.
Other than that, like, you deserve to go on the register 100%, but you won the battle. So, yeah.
No.
That was a crazy lyric, Robert. That was a crazy lyric. All right.
Right, so a bit of context. Andrew was the judge of my previous battle, like I said. Yeah, he'd heard my battle against Jason, which wasn't particularly flowing. There was a lot of cap in there. It was just a lot of slurs, to be honest. And a bit of a fun fact. I signed up to Hinge, right? And there's a prompt about a talent you've got. I put my round for Jason as my voice note on Hinge. And I got banned for life on there because of it. Because it was hate speech. Yeah. So that's a bit of law. It might get used in a battle. I don't know. But yeah. It really shocked me actually that Ambu said that I won that battle because it was, in my head, I've messed up. And he's quite a harsh judge actually. Like, if you watch the rest of the show, right, he's holding people to account. And the fact that I've said something wild, I'm thinking, is this going to go against me? Because, it didn't land well. And in the comments, it didn't land well. I think in the, I've done a bit of feedback sessions. I've done a few feedback sessions after the battle. It's got some people actually like that bar. Like, what? I was going for aggression. Okay, yeah. Because the criticism of mine has been, you don't have enough of him. I still don't think I had enough of him in that battle. I'm just genuinely not that person. But yeah, I deserve to get pulled up on it, and I was fully expecting that to happen. Not the the results or like the votes or nothing like that, but I was definitely not expecting that.
Hey, Dino.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not gonna lie, boys. That was a fucking savage battle. I was not expecting that from either of you. So, yeah, that was dark. Robert, what you said was fucking disgusting, bruv. But,
Oh no.
you know what it is? If Chris didn't drop the mic the second time he got the reload, I probably would have said he did a lot more, but like in the flow sense. But you did a lot more in the disrespect sense. So I'm have to say it, Robert. So I wouldn't say it was quite like a little 3-0 joint, but definitely 2-1. So.
And then Dino obviously expressing his surprising battle as well. So a bit of context. Dino was there for my first battle, which was recorded against LB. I think I done miserably. I won because of technical difficulties. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't think I deserve that win at all on the day. And I think Dino actually said something quite disappointing. It was quite disappointing in the comments. Like, come on, Robert. Something like, something like that. So from this point, I'm like, this guy don't rhyme as a rapper. Like, he did not rhyme my bars. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting because they mentioned the stumble from Chris, which, valid. But I think we had an even amount of stumbles. My stumble came in the first part, his came in the second part. I always say to the woman that I refer endearingly to as Mrs. Kamdar, it's not about how you start things, it's about how you finish them. Like, that's quite a common thing I would say to her. And I think maybe a bit of that's in this battle as well, because I think we definitely evenly, it was very evenly matched. What we done well, we done really well. But what we sort of stumbled on and stuff, we were both guilty of that. Like, actually, when I mentioned about me being gassed on the certain bar, Like, it affected my delivery. There's a bit of that in there as well. And I think because it's Vim elevated from what I expect. I don't know. I don't know personally, but the is it a case of the will being detrimental? I don't know. But it's 2-0 so far. It could have gone either way. If there were no stumbles from Chris's end, it could have been a whole lot different. But at the same time, we both, stumbled quite a bit. So it's a case of who the judges prefer, or what the judges prefer. But I don't think it was a 3-0. Dino said it's more like a 2-1 on technicality, which I think is valid. And then there's karma. But at this point, this vote here is not the rubber vote or anything like that. It's let's see what it says.
Karma.
I would say the same as Dino. Still, I think the little slip up when Chris won again kind of threw it a little bit, but I was hearing the flows and I was feeling the energy still. I was feeling the vim there. Flows was going crazy, but I think Robert was a bit there, more with the disrespect, the shot factor too. So give it to Robert still.
Okay, so in this one, I thought when he's mentioned the vim, the flow, and whatnot, he's like building all of this up. Okay, fair enough. Chris, I think, had more of that. So valid votes. Then he mentioned the disrespect. I'm like, oh fuck it, it's Karma 10T and F. Like, he's mentioned about kicking Mr. Benz's daughter. I think he said something really crazy in his battle against IB Rules that I don't really want to repeat, But back onto the topic, like the disrespect vote. If anyone was gonna favor that point, it would have been Karma. So it made sense. I think if Karma voted first, I would have felt differently, because they've been like, okay, the disrespect judge has got his vote out of the way. What are the other two going to say? So, valid. I think 3-0 Roberts. I feel a lot more confident about my ability because it's my first live battle, and I've only done them on recording once, which is quite immediate actually. But I felt like a personal evolution. I feel like people maybe see me a little bit differently. I'm hoping that you guys can take me a little bit more serious. Hopefully. No, but I'm just yeah.
W, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Robert
Thank
has
you.
won the first battle of the night.
No, love for that, man.
Appreciate y'all boys.
Hey, congrats to Robert, man. Them niggas was hating on you, Robert. You proved them wrong.
Oh, they put me. What did they say? I gotta check the comments afterwards.
No,
I've got a
I'm
few
not talking about the comments. No, I'm not talking about the comments.
Oh, okay.
That's a good way to start off the event, man. Hey, like I said again, Chris, Robert, appreciate y'all boys for coming through, man. Next.
No, bless up, Chris.
Where's your king? Where the fuck is your king?
Right. So after this, obviously the last time I battled was against Jason, and there was quite a mixed response. Some were saying Jason won it, some saying I won that. Fair enough. So I was like, is this shit happening again? So I went onto every social media platform after this battle just to be like, who's saying what? There was one person really sour in the comments. I'm not going to waste time in mentioning his name, but suck out, you little waste man. No, you know what? It's not even the fact that there's negative comments. That's fine. But he didn't acknowledge a single positive in my round. And he's like, oh, Chris won it. Why did Chris win it? People were commenting what they liked and what they didn't like in the comments. But this person was just like fucking hating. Like, well, fucking hater, man. He can suck out like 10 times. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was a W battle. Chris, I thought he'd win that, to be fair. I thought he won it at points. Listening back to it, I can see where I won. Listening again to it, I'm like, I can see where he could have won. So, on the day, I think my luck favoured me better, because I don't think it was a case of preparation. I think, if anything, he probably prepared better than I did, because in none of my preparation rounds did I do it perfectly. And that translates to there. But ironically, the parts where I did fuck up, they were the bits I prepared that I done well on. It's the bits that I fucked up in practice that I nailed. So it's like, it's down to luck at the end of the day. And the right person maybe won in many perspectives, or some perspectives. I'm mansplaining right now. It was a W battle, and I definitely want to rematch this guy. He'll have a lot more content on me. Obviously, saying grape is gonna not land in my favor, and there's definitely gonna be a few more rebuttals. But we need to run it back. Definitely. W battle, Chris.